Shalom. It's that time again, Israel. It's the Lord's 54th annual Passover in North Carolina.
Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we came to do. Huh?
The Isupk, under Commander General Yohana, will be hosting the Lord's 54th annual Passover in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Convention Center. This is something that you do not want to miss. Make sure that y'all bring the entire family.
Wait till I get with you. If I gotta go to ground, I'ma shut the town down. I ain't about to stop until I hear said down. All you gonna see is a lot of man down.
The Downtown Raleigh Convention Center. For Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Go to isupk.com to purchase your tickets today. $200 per every adult over the age of 17 years old.
We are not the same. No, we not related. I'm not stuck on living. Death is a vacation. My camp undefeated. You cannot debate it. You just want the clout.
The Lord's 54th annual Passover, April the 1st, is coming down to Raleigh, North Carolina. That's right. Commander General Yohana has done it again. You don't want to miss this. Pull yourself. Pull yourself.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Convention Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohana's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.
Back roll.
that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see, most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes, that's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll poly grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences, 23 and 1 out. Praying that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Going on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home and change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Tahoe Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can't, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. My whole life.
Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Handle lights and teddy bears, I'm trying to leave your block romantic. Flicking off the hip, I leave a scene looking like I'm dancing. Ain't one Westworld, best believe we not gon' stand big titties on a drum. The stick figure looking outstanding. Rip his top with the hands of the Lord, call that God tears. Send a spear right to the sky and watch his front tear. I'm that nigga cause I run with them niggas, so let's get that clear. Don't question who say I'm the GOAT, I tell them God did. In order to be the best, you gotta beat the best. To me that's suicide. Of course I sound cocky to a glizzy eater, fuck your pride. Don't need a horoscope to see I'm a star, so fuck your sign. You can believe in anything you want, but as for me and mine, God mode. I am what I am, so let's just keep in mind. Don't wanna be like Yaya Kyrie, they wanna be like I. She said she lost until she found me, and then she found a tribe. And then I make a bout face until she called me out of wine. The weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You can converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. The way you can endure to the end if you're not loyal. All time, no questions asked, we come and find you. His problems, my problems, and I'm standing behind you. Stepping with style, I'm standing on shit in my product. I take on the crowd, tell them all, throw in the towel. Half moon with a silencer, make it sound like a howl. We the shit, we about movements with a growl. Heavy is the head with the crown, when I take it I'm proud. I get the order, bring my sword back wet with a smile, nigga. I'm an Israelite rapper, nigga. Would never hit his wife, but I'll go at you. I make commitments to a gun if I'm talking about a tantrums. Nigga said he a stand-up dude, that mean we laughing, nigga. Jumped on the beat, start snapping, you leaving fractures. Red and green bean, I'm Gucci, you thinking fashion. There goes you for the green, and I ain't talking St. Patrick. You screaming all lives, I'm screaming all guns matter. Keep it biblical, talking in parables, cause it matter. If I say bring Jake up, I'm talking about a ladder. He was the wave till I came with the fire, no John the Baptist. Who cared you did it first, you should be worried about who after. I'm connected in any habitat, shit I adapted. Nose job on a brand new snub is all plastic. That's why I show up the court with jeans on, I'm never slacking. You a rapper turned Israelite, I'm an Israelite rapping. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal, I was born in it. You converted, this is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. All time, no questions asked, we come and find you. His problems, my problem. Stepping with style, I'm standing on shit in my product. I take on the crowd, tell them all, throw in the towel. Throw in the towel. Heavy is the head with the crown, when I take it I'm proud. I get the order, bring my sword back, wait with a smile, nigga.
Yeah, those are messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent, I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me a whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I go with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course, get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick, I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaselina like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zach, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper Free. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Throw them boys, we taking over. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told her put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UBK rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent, I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I
Shalom, Israel. This is the Israel School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under command of General Hana, man. I'm Officer Aram, and with Officer Ramawan. This is the Tuesday night biblical law class, man. We'll get into these precepts, man, break it down. The fact that the laws of God is perfect. and that is the answer to, if you're Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, that's the answer to our problems. There's nothing else that we could possibly do that would help us in this society outside of serving the Most High and being obedient to the law, statutes, and commandments, which are not done away with. All these wicked pastors, man, is all over the place. You got, I can't remember all their names, man. You got Joel Osteen, you got Creflo Dollar, you got T.D. Jakes, and just so many more pastors. And all the majority of them, if you pick what's her name? Joyce Myers. But the one thing that all these pastors have in common, if you pay attention, is the fact that all I'm telling people that you got to sow your seed. You got to pour all this money into them to get a blessing or for God to bless you. You know what I'm saying? They prosperity preachers, man. And these people are wealthy. These people have got absolutely rich land with the Bible in their hand. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And God's people, they are really misleading the Lord's people, and they're going to pay for it, man. I promise you. They're going to, all those pastors that's done got all that money, they buying these Lear jets. They got their own private landing strips. They got multi-million-dollar homes. They net worth is like 6, 7, 8 million in the bank. If they just disappear today, they'll be well off for the rest of their life, man. I seen one clip where George Myers was saying something about a receipt. You know what I'm saying? Just all of them, man. They talk about how you got to pour all this money into giving to the needy, and they act like they just. You would think that these people are women and men that serve the Most High, but on the contrary, they don't, because all they're about is the money, man. All they're about is getting revenue, gaining fame and power through getting the money and putting it in their accounts, man. And it's time. Christianity has absolutely, completely destroyed God's people, man. That's right. Islam, that's another so-called religion that Blacks don't have shouldn't be in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why we won't wake up and realize and see that that's Christianity, Islam, and all these other denominations have been failing God's people, man, dramatically, to the point where seeing our people just doing anything today. You know what I'm saying? Our Blacks, Hispanics, don't know what to believe, don't know what to think. You know what I'm saying? Got an inkling that there's something wrong, but don't know how to research it or find out what's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because we was raised in this stuff. A lot of us, we just don't know what to believe. There's a lot of people out there that's seeking, that's looking. You know what I'm saying? And these pastors done told everybody that you don't have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, that you saved under grace. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big lie, man. Christianity ain't nothing but a lie. It talk about the water baptism. You know what I'm saying? You have to be baptized in the water and you'll be a changed person, which is a lie. It talk about God. Everybody say that the Most High's birthday is, I think, on Christmas, December the 24th, 25th, which is a lie. They talk about then you teach your kids the death and the resurrection of Christ, and you have Easter egg hunts in the basement of your churches and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or they pushing that picture of so-called Caesar Borgia, who everybody knows Jesus Christ, which is the white man. That's right. Which is a lie. You know what I'm saying? Christianity ain't nothing but a big lie. Christianity ain't nothing. It's the synagogue of Satan. It's nothing but lies, and that's what they've been using to keep Black people so destroyed, man. And it's time for our people to wake up. We had a time in the season where It's dangerous right now to not be in the school. It's dangerous not to be doing what the Lord wants us to do. It's dangerous not to be being obedient to the word of God. Yahushua Mashiach, who everybody knows Jesus Christ, died for our sins, man. And he's sitting at the right hand of the Most High right now. And we on the verge of World War III, man. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24, start at verse 4. All we hearing about over there is China is over there talking with them Putin. I mean, what's his name? Putin them. They was talking about arresting the man and doing all this other stuff, man. That ain't gonna happen, man. that ain't gonna happen. Y'all can stop. Yes. It's a lot of propaganda. It's like a lot of this stuff is propaganda to keep people on the edge of their seats and behind the closed doors, man. You really don't know what's going on. Right. But what we do know what's going on is what the general's been teaching for years, and the captains is this society is slowly crumbling and falling apart. That's right. Because our women, black women, because of Christianity, our black women are walking around getting these BBLs, man. Look, them 4 black people went over there to Mexico, and they, supposedly they went over there. One of them went over there to get some kind of cosmetic surgery, but 2 of them ended up dead. But anyway, our sisters are getting these BBLs, traveling to different countries, getting these BBLs. Then they're walking around dressing like whores and prostitutes. It's like a whore spirit over our black sisters, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to go on the internet. Black women are all over the internet, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere, man. They're just walking around with these little skimpy outfits on, showing all their body, man, and don't have no self-respect for themselves or nothing. But we're gonna go to Matthew chapter 24, and we start at verse 4.
This book of Matthew 24, verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Now, the Lord said, this is Yahushua Mashiach, who everybody knows Jesus Christ. He said, take heed that no man deceive you, man. We have been deceived by believing that we don't have to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, which is one of the biggest lies that's been put out there. And who are they talking about when they say, take heed that no man deceive you? You're talking about these pastors, man. Talking about these pastors, these so-called politicians and things of that nature. Ain't none of that helped us. Black people, we are still in slavery. We are still in bondage, man. We still fighting and working like I don't know what just to survive, paying these high bills. It's like the quality of everything is going down. The size and the quality of everything is going down, but the price of living is steady going up. So even when you do get a raise, you still feel the crunch. You still feel the pressure, man. Mm-hmm. The Bible said, take heed that no man deceive you.
That's right.
No man deceive you. And the only people that's deceiving people today are these lying pastors. These pastors that's on these television programs on Sunday, man, and all over in all these churches and stuff, man. They deceiving God's people like crazy, man. Go ahead and read.
Verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
And these pastors, they come to you and they talk to you like they just got a personal relationship with the Lord.
Right.
I mean, the way they talk, you would think they going home and sit down and they got God on the hotline or something, man. Seriously, they talk like they delivering these messages straight from the Most High to God's people, and they not, man. The Lord ain't talking to these people. Go ahead,
They used to say the song, Jesus was on the main, right. He was on the main line. All you have to do is call her and tell her what you want. Right. Like that ain't even what the Bible says. Like.
And people believe that lie, man. People feel like they can just talk to the Most High, and clearly the Bible states that God does not listen to the prayers of a sinner.
Damn right.
But your pastor the pastor would never tell you that. The Bible said God hate the sin and he hate the sinner. You know what I'm saying? And so quit thinking that the Lord is, if you live in a sinful life and you being deceptive and you doing all kind of old demonic stuff, the Lord is not listening to you, man. The Lord is not listening to you none whatsoever, man.
Right.
Go ahead, read.
Verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars.
And when we every night on the television, all day on television, on the news, that's all we study hearing about this war here, with Ukraine, man. And how they talking about charging Vladimir Putin with war crimes and all this other stuff. And then they talking about how China actually done went over there and sat down and talked with Putin, and then America studied trying to help Ukraine and all this stuff. And everything is lining up, and prophecy is fulfilling itself, man. You know what I'm saying? This war been going on all just about a year now, close several months.
Yeah, just over a year.
Yeah, and a lot of people done died in this war. But the thing about it is, that's not a black man or Hispanic man problem. That's not our concern, man. We have our own concerns over here in America, man. Seriously. That is white on white crime, what we seeing over there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, it's just that don't have anything to do with a black none of the 12 tribes. None whatsoever, man. That is their affair. That is their business. And if you black or Hispanic, you shouldn't even be in the army, man. You could get out of that army and come put your talents and your skills in the Isupk and help build up your nation, man. We study hearing about these wars and rumors of wars according to the Bible, and we're at the verge of World War III. Go ahead and read.
Come, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
And even on that precept right there, to be honest with you, black people, we are so destroyed and so caught up in watching BET, and you're watching these Grammy shows and all this other stuff, and watching what's the football player name? He used to play for when his wife, the one we was talking about last week. The one we was talking about last week when his wife was up there butt naked in that dress.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russell Wilson and what's her name? Sierra. You know what I'm saying? Sierra don't realize that, man. There's a lot of young women looking at her, man. You know what I'm saying? And you got these women, you got these young girls that look up to people like that, and they think that it's kind of okay for a woman to dress like that, or if the husband ain't complaining, then should nobody else be concerned with it. Well, which though, a real man not gonna let his wife go outside dressed like that, man, at all. Especially somebody that know the Bible or know that he need to follow these laws, statutes, commandments. You'll never see a woman in this school put. I don't care if her and her husband do go out to a nice little club, whatever the case may be. You ain't gonna see it. She ain't gonna have on her panties and a totally sheer dress with no bra on.
Right.
You know what I mean? What's the purpose for that, man? It ain't no purpose for that, man. It's like you ain't got no shame, none whatsoever. For a female to dress like that and go outside, it's obviously something going on in her head. There's something wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? And according to the Bible, it should not be no whores in the daughters of Zion, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy for a man to let his wife go out like that. Go ahead, read.
Come. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
And that's what's happening right now, man. You got nations and kingdoms, right? You got these so-called oppressors. I want to say the white man, but they hate everybody. They hate everybody, man. If you're not English or Scotland, or you're not from if you're not a oppressor, they hate everybody pretty much. They don't care. They like the KKK, the skinheads. You know what I'm saying? They so bloodthirsty till they turn on their own selves.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They raising their kids, and their kids going into the schools, and you see multiple shootings, and a lot of them, they done turned them guns on their own kind. You know what I'm saying? So you already know what they'll do for us. And then they study finding black men and women dead with organs and stuff missing, man. You know what I'm saying? Our people are drugged out their damn minds, don't know what's going on around them, partying, trying to make money and go buy fashion and go out and party and kick it and stuff when all these other nations is getting ready for war. This nation is rising up against nation, man. These people would kill. These people in certain cities, young black men are ended up dead, and the police ain't even investigating it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's all in the news. All you got to do is research. A lot of young black people are being murdered, and the police in those towns don't even want to research it because they already know who's doing it, man. At that time, the KKK and these different hate groups, you know what I'm saying? They catch a young black man or a black woman and murder them and leave their bodies out there, and ain't nothing gonna be did about it at all, man. Go ahead and read.
Come. And there shall be violence, like it. and there shall be famine and pestilence.
And man, that's what's going on, man. The cost of living is getting so high. You got a lot of people that's in these food lands and going to these churches. You ride up and down the streets of Chicago, man. When these churches be passing out their little food boxes and things of that nature, it'd be a lot of people going in trying to get some of that free food, man. There's a lot of people out here that don't work, don't have no income, trying to feed their kids and stuff. You got people that got jobs and they still go to these food pantries and things of that nature and have to get boxes of food to take home to feed their families, man, because they can't afford it. The pestilence, the Lord sending that as far as these different diseases and stuff because of the sin. All this stuff is happening because Black people do not want to turn from their wicked ways and turn from their sins. So that's the wrath of God. The Lord sending his wrath down on this earth, but he's sending it towards the 12 tribes because we want to keep trying to love our oppressors. We want to keep on smoking and getting high and gang banging and being whoremongers and being whores and hating each other and everything, man. So it's going to get worse. According to the Bible, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse and worse and worse to the point where it's going to be anarchy and chaos in these streets real soon, man. If the way things keep going. Go ahead, read.
And earthquakes in diverse places.
And when you look at the news, we study hearing about thousands of people that died from earthquakes over there in Turkey and different places like that, man. And the number is high as I don't know what. Thousands of people that died in different earthquakes in different places on the earth right now. And go ahead, read.
Verse 8, and these are the beginnings of sorrows.
And all these are the beginnings of sorrow, man. Go to Psalms 19 and 7 right quick. Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7. When you get it, go ahead and read it. Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7. Y'all, the pastors want us to think that these law, statutes, commandments are not in place and don't exist, which is a lie, man. If we don't turn back to these law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, and it's just gonna keep getting worse and worse, man. That's the only answer for Black people and Hispanic people for us to turn back to the one and only true living God. You cannot pray to Allah. You can't pray to no other gods, man. We got to turn back to the Most High, man. That's it and that's all. Read.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, not wise the simple.
Sure, making
wise the simple.
Making wise the simple, man. The law of God is perfect, man. And it's still in place. According to the Bible, the laws of the Most High, heaven and earth will pass away before the laws of God pass away, according to the Bible. And it's nothing else that we could do. Everybody gearing up and talking about this mayoral election. Everybody gearing up talking about these different candidates out here that's running for like aldermen and all this other stuff. And I don't care who you cast your vote for on this planet, man. It ain't gonna change nothing in the Black and Hispanic community at all. It's not. The only thing that we can do as a nation of people is to take our spirits up out of America and turn back to the Lord, man.
That's right.
God is the answer to all of our situations. He's the answer to our problems. We do not have to have warfare, try to have warfare with no other nation of people or none of that. The Lord will fight our battles like he's been doing throughout all the centuries, man. Once we push all the sin out of our nation and turn back to the Lord will fight our battles for us.
That's right.
But our people, everybody think that you going to church on Sundays and doing all that singing and jumping up and down and hoo-hollering and speaking that gibberish and talking about it's a holy tongue and rolling on the floor and taking off doing laps, you know what I'm saying, and all this other nonsense, man. It ain't doing nothing. Y'all even have Bible study on Wednesday nights. Majority of the time in the city of Chicago, and you still don't get taught nothing about following these law, statutes, commandments. You really don't, man, and it's a damn shame. The Bible said, take heed that no man deceive you. These pastors got a woe coming unto them because they have deceived God's people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And they're going to pay for it. They're going to pay for everything that they have done, man, to God, to the Most High's people, because they done truly misled the Lord's people, man. Seriously. in a bad and dramatic way.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's jump over to Leviticus. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 26 and 43. Leviticus 26 and 43. Wait a minute, hang on. 26. Oh, Leviticus 26 and 43.
26 and 43.
46.
46 and 23. What is
Leviticus chapter 26
okay,
and
46.
46.
God, it's the book of Leviticus chapter 26 and 46. These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel and Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses.
The Lord made these laws, statutes, commandments by the hand of Moses for the children of Israel. The black, so-called black people and the Hispanics and the Native American Indian, we are the children of Israel, man. Right. The Lord made these statutes and put them in place that we should live by them, according to the Bible. You can't listen to your pastor. Your pastor, he'll tell you about just because this precept is in the old part of the testimony that it don't apply no more. That when the Lord was nailed to the cross, all the laws was done away with. Now we saved by grace. You know what I'm saying? You could sin. You got the will to sin. All you got to do is just look up and ask God to forgive you, and that's that. You can't live no life like that, man. You cannot. That's what they was doing back in them days when the Lord got sick and tired of that. They kept sinning and sacrificing doves, sinning and sacrificing all kind of animals, unblemished animals, and all. That's why the Lord was sent to the earth, because the Father got sick and tired of that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? The Lord came and he was the final Jesus was the final sacrifice, man. Now, what you have to do if you want to have a relationship with the Lord is do what he said do. When he died, he said, this scripture right here said, these are the statutes and the judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel, which are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian, in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses. The Lord gave Moses a commandment to give the children of Israel his commandments to live by. And we haven't been doing that. We have not been doing that because these so-called pastors, man, of today, they greedy dogs that don't care about nothing but themselves. They don't care about nothing but looking good, driving good, taking care of their own family, their own household.
That's right.
Them pastors don't give a damn, man. I promise you, these pastors don't give a damn about God's people, man, at all. Y'all got to realize that, man. These pastors don't give a damn about God's people, man. And they gonna have to answer for it. Sooner or later, you're gonna see it though. It's coming, you're gonna see it, and y'all gonna be knocking these doors down in the Israel School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
Because you're gonna see all of the hell and the destruction that's gonna be coming in these streets. You're gonna realize, man, that these men that you've been seeing on these corners rocking these beards and these boots and these braids are the true priests and prophets of the Most High. And you're gonna need some, not only counseling, you're gonna need some help, man.
Damn right.
You ain't gonna be able to do it on your own. Let's jump over to Romans chapter 9 and verse 4. Man, I'm getting ready to read that.
It say, who are the Israelites to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and the promises.
We the ones that got we are the real Israelites. Our identity, we the Israelites. You're not no so-called nigger. You're not no African American. You're not no you're not African American. You're not no nigger. You're not black. You're not none of that stuff, man. We are the real Israelites on the color. You know what I'm saying? Over the last several decades, man, we have had several different things: Afro-American, black, colored, just so many things, and everything but who you really are. Your true identity is that you are the Israelites, and you part of the 12 tribes. You part of a family, and we don't even know it yet because we walking around here with the white man last name. You know what I'm saying? We walking around here thinking that we somebody that we're not. You know what I'm saying? Because our identities have been stolen, ripped and torn away from us. Our language has been taken away from us. Our culture has been taken away from us. We don't have anything. We don't even know who we are. The average person right now today, you stop them on the streets and ask them what's their nationality, and they really can't tell you. You got people sending in Slava DNA to these different programs, trying to figure out who they are. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy as hell. Go ahead, Art.
Salagi, I was gonna say, like you should be offended as a black or Hispanic man every time you look at your ID card and see, your last name being Washington, Jefferson, all these Lincoln, these different names of slave owners. And when you look at your ID card or your birth certificate, you should be offended by that. It should be no reason why you would ever want to join a nation of people who not only took your culture, changed your name. I mean, and it's horrible to even think of. But like when I look at my worldly ID, I look up and I know that last name came from a slave plantation. That just infuriates me. You know what I'm saying? Because who was my until I came into the school, I didn't know who I was. I thought I was, I would fight for my last name, and that wasn't even my last. It had nothing to do with it.
Exactly. Which is heavy as hell. And then as far as the Arabs, man, they would claim that they pray to Allah, and they claim that they special people, but according to the Bible, the promise and the adoption is to the blacks, Hispanics, and the Native American Indian, and the glory and the covenants that the Lord made. He made it with us, the Israelites, man. He didn't make it with them damn Arabs. So a black man ain't got no business wanting to be in that religion. A black man should not be walking around with no kufi on his head with that long dress or whatever the hell it is. You know what I'm saying? Praying to the east several times a day. And when you get up, you smoking cigarettes, you selling drugs, you hate your own people and everything else, man. You sneaking and eating pork chops and everything else, man. These damn Arabs over here are not our people, man. Those are not our people. And the giving of the law. We can't leave that out. The Lord gave us these laws. Those laws are put in place for us to live by as a nation of people. Just like you obeying the laws of the land that our oppressors are making, we are supposed to be living and obeying by the laws that the Lord gave Moses to give to the children of Israel, man. That is a matter of life and death for us. And that's why we're in the condition that we're in, because we have been raised to turn our backs on the Lord by these wicked pastors.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And now God is pouring his anger down on us, and we don't know better. We don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? You think you still going, so many of our sisters are going to these churches, and I mean, it's sickening, man. You got a lot of women standing up in the pulpit with a Bible in her hand, call herself preaching to big congregations. Ain't no woman got no business of exerting authority over no man.
That's right.
According to the Bible, that's not supposed to be so. Then what's so heavy about that, what we just brought out, is you say that to a woman, one of the first things that damn near every woman I ever talked to, and I said that to her, the first thing she said, oh, well, the Lord will use anybody. He used the donkey. God could use who he want to use. That ain't what the Bible say. That ain't what the Bible said. The Lord said it's a structure in this, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the woman is supposed to be a servant to her husband. And she's supposed to learn from her husband. She's supposed to be quiet if she want to learn something. And if the women in the ISUPK, these sisters that have husbands, man, or they come into these schools and shedding their damn mouth and listening to righteous counseling, according to the Bible, man.
Salagi, if I may, just on that, by saying the Lord can use anybody. The Lord, following the law, statutes, commandments for a woman, you will be used by the Most High to bring in more women, to bring in more, to bring more people in, but not you sitting. You ain't supposed to be preaching or teaching the word. Wow. You can go out and help serve food, to the homeless and give out clothes and do things of that nature as a woman. That's the way the Lord uses you. The Lord uses you to do things like feed the men that's out there, that's going out every Saturday to go teach the law, statutes, commandments to our people. That's the Lord using you. The Lord using you to build our nation. So, you know, if you want to be, if you're a Christian woman or in the Christian church, the Bible is not the Lord God is not an author of confusion. When He say He don't want to suffer a woman to teach, that's what He means. But He will use you. Same way he used many women in the Bible for the men in this nation to continue to grow, you know, or for the people in this nation to continue to grow. But it's not for you to teach. And I think that's the part they always get mixed up. They think, oh yeah, the Lord, He can use anybody. He didn't use the damn donkey to teach. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be serious. It wasn't women didn't teach in the Bible. It was men that taught in the Bible. So we look at the Bible every day. A woman sit here and think that it's your job to be on the pulpit and exert authority. It was a woman I put up earlier on Facebook. She said, "My husband already know I don't play. I protect my house." And I'm looking as this is a first lady. That's a slide. She's a first lady of the church. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you protect your house. Like, you are in the wrong position. And if you got to protect your house, your guys, he need to come to this school real quick so he can learn where his place is in his own household.
Yeah, because he catching hell.
Oh, yeah, he definitely catching hell.
And then it ain't nothing like me. The sisters, first thing come out of her mouth, I'm a deaconess or some sort of counselor. So usually when you find women like that, man, they done been scarred, and they counseling. If you go in wherever she at, you go in that room, it's a room full of bitter women in that thing, man. And one of the first things they'll say to you if you try to drop game on her is, I don't play that. No, don't cheat on me. Ain't no cheating on me. And you know that kind of conversation, which will tell you that she carrying something from her last relationship.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? For her to say something like that out of her mouth, man. Don't cheat on me, or I'm strong and I like you just said, I run my household.
Right.
I don't need no man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, I mean, that's probably why you ain't got none.
That's right. That's exactly it. They go say, I don't need one. I don't need no. They be curled up in the bed when they want some. They be thinking about Rod. They go, man, I sure wish I had one. You know, so they can say all that they want. So I think a society, America, just made it so horrible for women, and women, by spiritually, of course, they gonna give in to what a bit, just the same way that Eve did with the so-called serpent, which was our oppressor at that time too. So women just give in to that I run the household type thing. That's the same thing with public aid and all that. That's what that spirit, that public aid for Blacks, Hispanics, that's what that was for. That's the spirit that it was supposed to bring into the Black household. That a woman can run the household without having a man there. So now you got women that say, I can be independent. I can run the household with a link card. Yeah, you can run it with low income. Even if you are working a good job, you know what I'm saying? You still can't protect that house.
Sure. Okay. And even, I don't care if they do tell her she better not have in there. I guarantee you she's sneaking somebody in there.
Right.
At nighttime. Somebody in there
that's
tearing
my
some
cousin.
from
That's my cousin.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. 15:4.
Romans.
Romans.
The book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
Once again, this is where, if you Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, this is where I hope at, man. In your house, Mashiach. You ain't got no business going out there casting your ballot and your votes in these so-called voting pool places. None of that stuff, man. You ain't got no business putting your wicked ass pastor on no pedestal, calling him when you got problems. Because I guarantee you, if a woman found out her husband is seeing another woman and she get mad, she go to that pastor and she tell that pastor what her situation is, that pastor gonna use that as an opportunity to push up on that woman, that married woman.
Damn right.
That's what he gonna do. He is, if you crying over there on his shoulder, that man is going to push up on you. More than likely, he's gonna try to push up on you.
He gonna lay hands on you for sure.
Yeah, starting with the knee. start with the knee, or hold, throw his arm across your shoulder and embrace you, and all the time in the back of that man, all he's thinking about doing is having sex with you.
That's right.
He is not thinking about trying to help you get heal your relationship or no stuff like that. But the Bible said, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. How you think you're gonna learn if you don't come into this school? Because you ain't gonna learn at that church.
Yeah, right.
That church ain't gonna teach you a damn thing. All that church gonna teach you that you got the free will to do whatever it is you want to do. That's what the church gonna teach you. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17.
Okay.
Matthew 5 and 17. And it's getting bad out here, man. It's at a point where families are being ripped apart because can't nobody get along. Families are being ripped apart because of finances. Mm-hmm. Families are being ripped apart because the woman don't know her place, or the man don't know how to put his woman in her place. You know what I'm saying? You guys they think they just out here effeminate, man. Our brothers are effeminate out here, running around, killing one another, you know what I'm saying, going to the house, and either if they ain't beating the girl up real bad all the time, she beating him up. You know what I'm saying? I done seen that. Some of these women rougher than their boyfriends. Some of these women do got on the pants in the households, man, and it's crazy as hell. You got a lot of sisters out here that's married, and she'll go out and she'll sleep with another man because she ain't satisfied, she ain't happy at home. Mm-hmm. And if you think about that, there have a sister out here that'll break up her home because she's not happy. And the Bible, what the Bible say? The Bible, when you go get married when y'all go get married, the Bible don't say nothing about no damn happiness. It say through rich or poor, through bad, the sickness and health, till death do you part. It don't say nothing about no happiness, man. And the average sister today, they will go and cheat on their husband because they feel like he ain't making her happy. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what the Bible said. That's not in the Bible, man. Matthew chapter 5, verse 17.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
The Lord done let his prophets the Lord done revealed his prophets to the world since 1969 under command of John and Hannah, man. The men in the Isupk all over the earth that's everywhere this school is, those are the true priests and prophets of the Most High. You want righteous counseling according to the Bible, you need to find the address and the phone number to the Israel School, the Universal and Practical Knowledge. Find the camp leader that's in that city, and get your butt in that school, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a man or a woman, you know what I'm saying, to have a relationship with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? It said, think not that the Lord, is this the word of the Lord, Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. He said, think not that I am come to destroy the law. This is the Lord speaking to his people, man. He's not talking to everybody. He's talking to the 12 tribes of Israel, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian. He said, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. He done revealed his prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill, which means we should be following these laws, statutes, and commandments, man, according to the Bible.
That's right.
That's what we should be doing. Just read.
Come. Verse 18, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled.
And we see the Bible fulfilling itself daily. All you got to do is pay attention to what's going on around you. You know, wars, rumors of wars, pestilence, famine, earthquakes in diverse places. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Everything, man. The Bible is slowly fulfilling itself, and it's telling you right here that heaven and earth will pass. The Bible said heaven and earth will pass away before one word or one jot or one tittle of the law pass away. So that's telling you that we're supposed to be following these laws, statutes, commandments, man. These pastors have failed God's people, man, so bad today. Y'all need to quit going into them churches. Mm-hmm. You really do. I don't know how, no other way. I'm just being straight up with you on 100. You need to stop going into them churches because you ain't learning a damn thing. That's all. And they raping you, and they pimping you, taking your money and using it to do whatever they want to do with it, man. Seriously, this is, you can look at what's going on around us, man. Our kids have lost their damn minds. These kids are so far, this generation is so divided and so far away from the Most High that a lot of them don't even believe that there is a God. You know, so they're out there getting high off all these different drugs, this lean and these mollies and all these other types of narcotics and things in the streets that our oppressors done poured into the Black and Hispanic communities, and they don't have no hope. They don't know what to think. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of young men I've talked to, and they even my own son, my baby boy, they don't believe in God. They don't think it's a God. You know what I'm saying? And that's I mean, it's the only way I could. That's how you know Christianity doesn't fail God's people. This generation is so far away from knowing the truth or knowing that there is a God, man. Because you know why? Because they see that the people that's in church are doing the same damn thing that the people on the corners doing. Mm-hmm. You go to church, you see the same thing. The same people that's in church Sunday shouting and doing the Holy Ghost dance and talking in tongues and stuff was out being a straight up. Only God knows what they was doing Saturday night. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Only the Most High know what they was doing. Slacking. That was done. I don't know what he wanted. Slacking for a second. Is everything okay? But once again, man, it's a matter of life and death for us to turn back to these laws, statutes, and commandments according to the Bible. You might accidentally call. Let's go to go ahead, read.
Verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
Okay, go from the top again.
Verse 19. Matthew 5:19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so.
These pastors are teaching God's people that it's okay to break these commandments. Now, some of the commandments, it say, whosoever therefore shall break one of the least commandments. Least commandments. So that means, this is a very, very important and heavy precept right here. Least commandment, eating catfish, eating pork, eating shrimp and crab and lobster. You think it's okay to smoke loud because it grows from the ground. You think it's okay, you think it's okay to sleep with another man's woman. You know what I'm saying? You think it's okay to just live any kind of way you want to live and do what you want to do because the laws have been done away with. The Bible says if you break one of the least commandments, and him that teach, it say, and the least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. All these rich and wealthy pastors, all the wealth of the wicked is going to come into the house of Israel when the Lord come back. People like Creflo Dollar, T.D. Jakes, Joel Osteen, Joyce Myers, and just it's so many pastors that I could see they face in my head, but I can't remember their names, man. But there's a bunch of them that be on television, and they're going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. All of them, all these pastors, your pastors, these pastors all in all the major cities, all these pastors that got congregations and they teaching God's people that they're not teaching God's people that they have to follow these laws, statutes, commandments, and then they got wealthy of God's people. They're gonna lose all of that. They're gonna be the least in the kingdom of heaven. Read.
He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
And the men in the Isupk, that's what we're striving for. That's what we're working for, our crowns. The Bible says if we follow these laws, that if you live by these laws, statutes, commandments, and do what the Lord said do, he gonna pass out rewards to his people that stood fast, that stood strong, that resisted temptation, that kept these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? And that's you got something. As the Bible said, build up your treasures in heaven. The only way you can build up your treasures in heaven is to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and be obedient and do what the Lord said do, man. You cannot. Don't think you're gonna die and go to heaven, and you down here doing molesting kids, lying to your kids, teaching them how to still. You done heard the truth, but you still telling your kids it's okay to celebrate Christmas. You're telling your kids it's okay to celebrate Easter. You're telling your children they can celebrate their birthdays and all this other crap, all this wickedness that's of the world. You know what I'm saying? The average person that's going to the churches, they kids are the ones out here shooting up the damn blocks and selling drugs. And their little daughters being whores. Then got pregnant at 13 and 14 years old. You know, the little boy, he out here, these little kids out here, little 12, 13 to 14-year-old boys, carjacking cars, stealing cars and stuff, man. The kids don't fly kites and stuff no more. They don't play ball. They don't ride bikes. You know what I'm saying? They don't play sports activity. The majority of the kids in these streets now, they out here doing all kind of wickedness because they done been exposed to too much. You know what I'm saying? This society, this school, they want to tell you that a boy could be a girl or a girl could be a boy. If you live that alternative lifestyle as being a part of the LGBT movement, that is pure wickedness to the Most High. That ain't okay. That is what Dwayne Wade doing with his son, man, is a damn abomination in the eyes of God. That is absolutely disgusting. And that wicked wife he got, Gabrielle Union, that woman is terrible, man. Terrible. And I was listening to General Muhammad a couple of weeks ago. He said he wouldn't be surprised that in a few years that Dwayne Wade don't divorce Gabrielle Union and go drag. You know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like he living vicariously through his son. You know, he was already on. He had a interview with a few more football players, and he started telling them how when he was a little boy, he used to like to put on his sister's shoes and dresses and stuff like that. Shut the whole damn room down. Everybody looking at him.
Man,
this came out the general's mouth, man. So I would have to seriously put my money on.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, seriously. I'm not. When it do happen, I'm definitely not gonna act like I'm surprised because I done heard it. I'm serious, man. Go ahead, read.
Oh God. The same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Verse 20. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
So that means if your righteousness, your obedience to the Lord don't exceed the scribes and the Pharisees are the very people that hung Christ on the cross. They the very ones that turned against the Lord. And today, that would be your pastors.
Damn right.
That would be that's telling you that if Jesus Christ was walking on this earth right now today, these so-called pastors, Creflo Dollar, T.D. Jakes, and all of them, they'll be trying to crucify the Lord again.
Right.
Because they love their lifestyle and they love the money and the fame that they got. These people would literally be trying to crucify Christ all over again, man. And if your righteousness don't exceed the Pharisees and the Sadducees, you don't have a relationship with the Most High. Not according to the Bible, you don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say to you. But that's according to the Bible. These laws, statutes, commandments are a matter of life and death, man. Right. These laws, statutes, commandments are what's going to get us out of the conditions that we're living in right now today. But our people don't know that because these pastors, these wicked pastors, man, are lied through their teeth to God's people and they misled them like crazy. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 14 and 33.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 33. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, and as in all churches of the saints.
The Lord is not the author of confusion, man. What's confusion? A man thinking it's okay to cut his rod off and put on a dress. A woman thinking it's okay to wear men clothing and act like a butch or a lesbian. You know what I'm saying? The church telling you that you could eat anything that you want to eat. All you got to do is pray over it. The church telling you that it's okay to celebrate Christmas, or is the church telling you it's okay to celebrate Easter. You know what I'm saying? All those are lies.
Or like, the church telling you the laws are done away with. That laws are done away with.
More so than anything. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? The church has deceived. The church has deceived God's people to the point where what's going to happen to you is you're going to mess around and get left. You're going to mess around and die in World War III from nuclear fire, nuclear warfare. When them bombs and stuff start hitting, your butt going to be standing here looking crazy as hell, with your flesh melting off your body because you wouldn't listen to the men in the Isupk when we was telling you it's time to get your butt up take your spirit up out of America and turn back to the Most High. Because that's where our help is coming from. That's the only thing, that's the only damn thing that you could do to be saved in this society and in this terrible place that we stay at, because this is not our home. When the Lord busts that sky open and he get ready to come back with those angels and to destroy this place, I'm telling you, man, y'all, it's gonna be a day that you're gonna regret not listening to the men in the Isupk. You're gonna regret it, because the Lord, according to the Bible, the Lord said, not one brick gonna be left upon another one when he come back. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what was that? Let's go to Zephaniah 11 and 4. Zephaniah 11 and 4.
1 and 4. Zechariah 11 and 4.
Zechariah 11 and 4. Zechariah 11 and 4.
Okay, come on.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 4. Right, just a little bit, a couple books past before Matthew's.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, come. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord, my God, feed the flock of the slaughter.
When the Bible said feed the flock of the slaughter, who you think the flock of the slaughter is, man? What nation of people that's been slaughtered more on this earth than the Native American Indian, the Hispanics, the blacks? We the ones suffering. Ain't nobody suffering the way black people suffering in this society, man. Nobody. Our Native American Indian brothers, they been put on reservations. Ain't nobody suffering the way they suffering, man. The Chinese doing better than us. Africans doing better than us. Arabs doing better than us. The East Indian doing better than us. I mean, every other nation is doing better than blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian. And we the ones that shedded our blood, sweat, and tears to build this place. This place wouldn't even exist if it weren't from blacks and Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? The Native American Indian. This more our home than anybody's. But we don't have anything. We are the least. We the last on the bottom of the total. We the last hired, first fired, and everything else. We are acute. Our children are being slaughtered. Our young girls are being slaughtered. You know what I'm saying? And everything else, man. And that's because we have turned away from the Lord.
Damn right.
Go ahead, read. It says, thus saith the Lord, God, feed the flock of the slaughter, man. And that's what we're doing when we tell you that it's a matter of life or death for you to turn back to these laws, statutes, commandments, and take your spirit out of America. That's what we out here for. We out here for our people. We're not out here to try to bring all. That's another lie that the Christian church will tell when teaching God's people, that the Lord want to bring all races together, all nations together, which is a lie. Salaki. The Lord want to bring all nations together. That is not true. The Lord don't want to bring all nations together. The Lord don't give a damn about certain nations on this planet, man. The Lord only care about his people. The Lord cares about the 12 tribes of Israel. You know what I'm saying? The blacks, Hispanics, and the Native American Indian. The Lord don't give a damn about Chinese or Africans or so-called white men. The Lord don't care about. The Lord don't care about East Indians. I was looking at the news this morning that so-called Vice President Kamala Harris, she studied feeding off that plate, trying to act like she a black woman. You know what I'm saying? And which is crazy. It's all out. You know?
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Go ahead, read.
Khan. Verse 5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Whose what?
Possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
For all you blacks out there that say that are you free, that you not slavery is over with. The what they call that this so-called holiday, Juneteenth. Yeah, they free. Yeah. I've been hearing people for the last couple of years. I've been hearing people talking about they free. What does Bible just say? Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, man. How many young black men and women you know that's been murdered unarmed? How many unarmed young black men and women have been murdered at the hands of our oppressors and hold themselves not guilty? Mm-hmm. Swear that they ain't did nothing wrong. Go ahead, read.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Your pastors don't pity. I have not seen all Fidel Castile, Sandra Bland, and just Eric Gardner. It's just thousands. We got thousands of young black men and women that have been murdered at the hands of our oppressors. And I haven't seen no pastors form no coalition to come together and try to protest none of these murders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These pastors are sitting back in their dens, man, right, laying back, filling their thumbs and enjoying their lives with fat stomachs and fat wallets. Right. They don't give a damn about, you think these pastors give a damn about black men and women being murdered in the streets? You think they care about these sisters that's being kidnapped off the streets? You haven't seen these pastors do a damn, I haven't seen no pastors do nothing. And it's 1,000 churches in Chicago, man. That young lady out south, that young lady that got snatched off the streets, she was pregnant and she was a postal worker. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen nobody raise up and demand anything, you know what I'm saying, about that. I haven't seen ain't nobody raising up and demanding nothing about where the hell all these guns and drugs coming from in the black and Hispanic communities. You know what I'm saying? We know damn well black people ain't got no airplanes or no bus, no airplanes or no boats. All this heroin and all this cocaine study pouring into the black community. Now you study reading, well, they finding dumpsters of high-powered weapons in certain areas in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? When they be protesting and stuff like that. How you ever thought about how in the hell if black people come together and they protested something, ain't no construction nowhere around, but all of a sudden it's a whole skid of bricks sitting over in the corner somewhere. Then you got the oppressor, they standing in the crowd, the anarchy, with their faces and stuff covered, can't wait to start a damn riot. It'd be our oppressors throwing fire bombs and bricks and stuff like that. And our people are so quick to let these other nations join in with them over something that they protested. You got to cut that crap out, man.
That's right. Dude.
You know what I'm saying? How the hell Kamala Harris, the so-called vice president, having a black woman's something similar. This woman ain't even black. She's not even a sister. But she playing that black card drawing the black women in. You want to be a part of something so bad, and all you gotta do is research and see this lady's heritage, see who her parents are. This woman ain't no damn sister, man. But black women, y'all steady going for that nonsense she doing when she did the Jim Shoe and the Pearl thing. Black women all over Chicago was feeding off into that crap, man.
Yeah, definitely was.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. We need to wake up and realize that man, it's time to wake up, Israel. Seriously.
If I may, just let you know how much that not only black men, but black women looking for that one person that's gonna save them. You know, and the problem with that is the Lord tell you who's gonna save you. It's just, you know, our blacks and Hispanic Native American people, we look for everything else outside of what the Bible tells you. I mean, we read this, we so-called read this Bible in church. And I'm saying we, not saying I actually became, I'm saying we as a people, we read this Bible every Sunday in church or every Easter. You know, them the 2 days they go.
Right.
And for 60, 70 years, our grandmothers been in these churches, our aunties been in these churches and still don't have an understanding that, you know, that first off, Christ was not a white man, he was a black man. Because how do we know that? Because how do we know that? Because you got a question?
Common parents.
What is it called?
Father's Jamaican.
But is it Jamaican by who? We know what it is already.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, we know. What you said that her father's Jamaican?
Yeah, Jamaican.
By way of what? See, when we look into stuff with the way you want to look into it is you are of what your father is. So even if her father is Jamaican, what is her father? Because it's gonna say he's Jamaican by way of something.
Right.
Just like I'm American, I'm a so-called American, right? But do that make me oppressor? So that's why we can't look at when somebody say, oh, just because they live in Jamaica, half a goddamn South Africa is white.
Cool.
So if somebody say, hey, her father is white, her father is African or South African, the first thing you gonna say is, oh, he's a dark-skinned person. Well, half of South Africa is white. So is the same color as our oppressor. So that's why when we dig deep. You know, we go into genealogy. We look all the way through. You know what I'm saying?
Good. Let's go to John chapter 14 and verse 15.
John 14 and 15.
Good.
Let me go. That's 15. John chapter 14, verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
Let's say what?
Also like it. If ye love me, yes, like if ye love me, keep my commandments.
Yeah, that's in red, right?
Come.
Actually, how shall Mashiach, who everybody ignorantly knows as Jesus Christ, he said, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments, man. These commandments are not done away with. We definitely need our people, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian. You have to realize, man, that it's a matter of life and death to not follow these law, statutes, commandments. These law, statutes, commandments are still in place, and they need to be acknowledged by blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian. You cannot listen to your pastor. Man, your pastors don't know what they're teaching you. They don't know how to teach you the Bible. Anytime if your pastor don't tell you that you don't have a relationship with the Lord if you don't keep these law, statutes, commandments. How do we know that? Because according to the Bible, the Lord said he don't even hear your prayers. Even your prayers are an abomination to the Most High if you're not following his law, statutes, commandments. The only way you can have a relationship with the Lord is to follow his law, statutes, commandments. There's no other way to do it. You can't, even your righteousness in the eyes of God ain't nothing but filthy rags. You can't buy your way into heaven. You can't buy your way. You can't buy your salvation. You got to keep these law, statutes, commandments, man. Read.
Con. Verse 16, and I will pray the Father, and he will give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever.
And the Lord, the kingdom of heaven is within us. You do not have to die to go to heaven. You do not have to die our bodies are the temple. You don't have to put on a kufi. You don't have to put on no dashikis. You don't have to wear no unks. You don't have to wear no crosses. You don't have to you don't have to put on nothing. Our bodies are the temples of the Most High. The Holy Spirit want to dwell within us. You know what I'm saying? And the only way the Holy Spirit going to dwell within you is that you being obedient and following these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Do what the Lord said do. If the Lord said don't eat catfish, the Lord said don't eat shrimp and lobster and crab. The Lord said don't eat alligator and calamari. What's that? Little octopus and all this other stuff. Squid, yeah. The Lord said that we should not consume none of that stuff. The Lord don't even want us to consume pork, man. The Lord don't want us marrying into certain nations. The Lord did not, you got 12 tribes of women that a brother could go to and get as bad as I don't know what. But the first thing a brother want to do when he get a little money is go get him a Becky. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, that's a sin in the eyes of the Most High. The Lord tell you, when you do that, that other race is going to pull you away from the Most High and have you serving other gods, man. That's all it's going to do. Because you're going to serve, if you get you a Becky, you can trust and believe you're going to have Christmas. You're going to have Thanksgiving. You're going to celebrate those so-called holy holidays of America. But you're not going to acknowledge the Passover. You're not going to acknowledge the Sabbath. How holy days that the Lord said that we should keep and remember and train our children from generation to generation. It ain't gonna happen. Let's go to Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1 right quick.
Oh my God.
Baruch 4 and 1. According to the Bible said, for the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Yahweh Mashiach, man. And if you're not following these laws, statutes, commandments, man, you are going to be in the world. You're going to be in a world of trouble, man. It's nothing. It's no other way to accept it. It's the truth, and the truth don't hurt. It might hurt you, but you should be mad when you find out that you done been lied to your entire life. That's what you should be upset about. You should be upset when you find out your damn pastor ain't nothing but a wicked, greedy dog that's been lying to you and ain't talking and misleading and driving the wedge between you and the Father. That's when you can't even call your pastor and get righteous counseling, man. The only place that you can get righteous counseling from men of the Most High is in the ISUPK. And another thing is we are not affiliated with no other Israelite groups that's out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just because you Israel, all ain't Israel, man. We got a lot of brothers out here, man, following up behind, trying to do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Breaking off and having their own little camps and things of that nature. We're not affiliated with those other Israelite groups. You know what I'm saying? When you come in this school, you're going to be held accountable for your actions. You're going to follow these laws, statutes, commandments. You're going to run your house accordingly, or you're going to get put up at this school, man. You're not going to embarrass this school. You know what I'm saying? Because this school, we have leadership in here. These brothers done put in their work. Them generals done put in their work. These captains done put in their work. And you're not going to come here and just do what you want to do. When you come into school, you're going to find real brotherhood. If you need help, you need counseling or sister. Our women in here, the women teaching the young women how to dress, how to treat her husband, how to treat her man, how to raise her children. You know what I'm saying? According to the Bible, man. It's the Father, it's Yahweh Mashiach, who everybody knows, Jesus Christ. It's the man, then it's the woman, man. And the woman, if you got a husband, you got to love and honor and respect your husband. If he's a man of God, and you know that man going out on Saturdays, putting in the work of the Most High. When he come home, don't no brother go to work and want to come home to a dragon, a woman that all you want to do is nag and complain and bicker all day about anything and every little thing. You know what I'm saying? Or you want to put on revealing clothes and go outside. Don't you know it's dangerous in these damn streets, man? If you putting on all real revealing clothes when you and your man go out, you putting that man in harm's way. You putting that man in danger because you could trust and believe some idiot out there gonna say something to you. He ain't gonna. Some of these niggas don't care about you being with nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy for you to do. Not to mention that according to the Bible, a woman, a shameless woman, is counted as a dog.
That's right.
You go out there dressed like Sierra was dressed the other day, man. That's shameful. That is disgusting. That ain't nothing sexy about that, man. Ain't nothing cool about that.
Right.
And her husband, that just show you that this man ain't got no balls, man. And they rich, they wealthy, so it ain't like you got to prove nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't get how he allowed that woman to come outside like that. I really don't.
Well, if I may, sir, they just let you know, once again, they let you know how America, how America keeps our households destroyed. You know, you can even have a household with a mother and a father these days, as far as the newer generation, and can still have a destroyed household, because now that they make our women feel that they the masculine one in the household. Now you destroy the household, because when a man is supposed to be the leader, you have a woman thinking she's supposed to be the leader, and now you have households that's like the Wades, where the woman runs the household, the man is going to be passive, and the son going to turn into a homosexual because he thinks, hey, when I grow up, I want to be dominant just like the dominant person that was in my house. Well, who was it? It was the mother. So that's you just America knows how to destroy blacks and Hispanics, Native Americans, and they know this book is for us. That's why they know they can use this book, and as long as we ain't following those laws, they know we gonna destroy ourselves, and all they got to do is sit back and watch. They give us a book to say, hey, they got their own laws, they got their own statutes and commandments. They got the book in front of them.
Yeah, and then the sisters, it all go right back to that Christian church, man. You know, these sisters go into these churches and stuff, and they come out of there. The government give, like you said, the government feeding them, let them get their education, give them a decent job, give them housing. You know what I'm saying? And just put a sister, put a woman in a position where she really feel like she don't need no man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And teach her that when you go downtown and get that third party into your relationship, now the first time you look at another woman, she want to put you out because she feel like you cheating on her. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When according to the Bible, sex is marriage. A man is entitled to have multiple wives, long as he's not messing, long as it's a single woman. You know what I'm saying? As long as the brother go out there and he get another real, and the average brother out there that is married, the average brother out there done been in another relationship for the last 4 or 5 years. That's a serious relationship. No matter how mad you get, if you got a husband and he been dealing with this other woman for a few years, that's a serious relationship. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't got no right to break up that home if that brother taking care of his business. You know what I'm saying? According to the Bible, sex is marriage, and you cannot go whore yourself out because you feel like you done been disrespected. Now you want to go and sleep with another man because your husband got another rib. Come on, man, that's that Christianity, man. You know what I'm saying? Christianity ain't did nothing but fail black people. That's it, and that's all, man.
God,
it ain't helped us at all in no kind of shape, form, or fashion. You got Baruch 4:1. Go ahead, read it.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endures forever.
And the what?
The law that endures forever.
Read.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
All they that what?
Keep it shall come to life.
Read.
But such as leave it shall die.
And that's what our people doing, man. We dying because we done left these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. We done turned our backs on the one and only true and living God. We serving every God in this society, but the one that we should be running up and behind, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's because we don't know what we're doing. We done been misled. We done been lied to our entire lives, man. As a child growing up, we keep telling you, as a child growing up, all you would see was that picture of Caesar Borgia on your grandmother's wall or on your auntie's wall. You got a whole black family household in here, and you got a picture of a damn white man on your damn wall talking about this is the Lord. That was beaten to our people, man. They did from slavery. You know what I'm saying? That was forced upon our people. Just like this language was forced upon us. You know what I'm saying? This is not our language. Our true language is Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Not English. It's this bastard language that we speaking is not ours, man. Our culture, our inheritance, our everything has been stripped from us, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not niggas, we're not porch monkeys, we're not African Americans, we're not colored, we're not none of that. You know what I'm saying? All those are bywords that was put on us from our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? That's where that stuff come from, man. Our Isupk, they think they Mexicans, our so-called Puerto Ricans. All these different names, man, was given to us through slavery and oppression.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that stuff belong to us. And the only way we're going to learn who we really are and get back to our true selves is to come together as a family. Quit thinking that we are divided people. We are a family. Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indian, but we are all family. We are all part of the 12 tribes of Israel. And we need to open our eyes and come back together, get up out of these Catholic churches, get up out of these mosques, get up out of these synagogues and all that stuff, and come into the Israel School of Universal and Practical Knowledge and learn who you really are. And then get your identity back, get your culture back. You know what I'm saying? And it's time for us to wake up and come back together, blacks and Hispanics. If we don't do it, eventually they're gonna kill us all off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because of a lack of knowledge. The Bible said we are destroyed because of a lack of knowledge, man. And everything is centering and pointing right back to that road where we need to turn back to these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Period. That's it and that's all, man. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 5. Deuteronomy 8 and 5.
Come on, God. It's Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 5. Thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chastises his son, so the Lord thy God chastiseth thee.
And the Lord is chastising us, man, because of our disobedience. Ain't nothing happening by chance, man. All hell is breaking out around us because the Bible said, for the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life.
That's right.
So we are dying because of our sins, man. We are dying because we refuse to stop being wicked individuals. We refuse to stop being a stiff-necked people. We refuse to come up out of these Christian churches. We refuse to stop celebrating all these holidays and different things of that nature. We refuse to stop eating abominable foods and all of that stuff, man. You even refuse to acknowledge the Sabbath. Every black person you talk to, you ask them what the Sabbath is, they can tell you it's Saturdays. But yet you still going to church on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? Because your daddy told you that's what you need to do. When in America, if you really think about it, at 12 o'clock Sunday afternoon, man, segregation is at its highest.
That's right.
Because the white people over there in their churches, and you niggas are over there in y'all churches. And that's the way the white man want it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no other way about that, man. Chicago is very racist. You know what I'm saying? And it shows not only as far as between the nations, but it's racist as far as the power. We don't have nothing. We ain't got no land. We don't have no wealth. We don't have no factories. We don't have no stores. You know what I'm saying? Economically, we on the bottom of damn near every other race economically, man.
Mm-hmm.
We starting to get black stores, small black stores are starting to pop back up. Thank the Most High. That's a blessing to see. A few black restaurants and stores starting to come back up, which is a good thing. But overall, man, when it comes to a black person going to getting a loan from these banks to try to start them a business, man, that's damn near impossible. You know what I'm saying? These people make it hard for a brother to thrive and try to build himself something. I don't think, is it any black banks? I wonder.
It's a few. It's a few though.
Yeah, so, I mean that's just something that's rare though. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressors, man, they have conquered and taken everything, and they don't want to take their feet. They don't want to lose their grip. They don't want to lose their power. And the white man, they already feel like they losing their grip on America.
Mm-hmm.
These people losing their damn minds, thinking that they losing their grip on America. But especially when Trump got in there, they really showed their heads. You know what I'm saying? They really showed how they feel. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, losing it to who? They ain't losing it to us. Who you think you losing it to? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Can I read that one again?
John McCon.
Deuteronomy
8, just like it. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 5. Thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chastises his son, so the Lord thy God chastiseth thee.
And that's why you got AIDS. We
right.
number one in high blood pressure. We are number one in diabetes. You don't want to quit smoking these cigarettes. You don't want to quit smoking loud. You don't want to quit getting high. You don't want to quit gang banging. You know what I'm saying? You want to just live a life. I got free will. I can just do whatever I want to do when I feel like doing it. Go ahead,
Slocky, so I was going to say it's so heavy. With the scripture, it says that so as a man chastises his son, that this is, put you in an aspect when it tells you that, Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians are God's chosen people. We are his so-called children, his children. So when you see us, number one at the top for that, like you said, like cancer and diabetes, heart disease, and all of these things. Well, when I see it, the oppressor eat more pork than anybody.
Sure do.
The oppressors smoke more cigarettes. They can smoke. I can sit here and literally watch them smoke back to back cigarettes all day. But we the ones high in cancer. We the ones high in heart disease. We the ones that high in all of these. This lets you know this is the Lord chastising his son. Now, if he cared about the oppressor, then they would be the ones that's high in all this stuff. But this is the Lord telling us that this is against my laws for you to do, and I'm going to show you the punishment every time that you do it. So that's why we teach the people to stop eating pork so much. Yeah, we preach. We teach this at every class. Stop smoking cigarettes, all of that, because not only is it our duty to teach this, but it's also you're gonna die. The Lord says it in the Bible that you, as His children, He don't care about the oppressor doing it. The oppressor can go eat all the ribs he want. He can go smoke all the tobacco he want. But what you can't do is do the same thing. That's why I say come out of America. Because if you're doing the same things that America is doing, the problem is they're not going to be punished. You're going to be the one that's punished.
Exactly, because these laws only pertain to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The Lord don't. The Bible said that these other nations are like spittle unto the Most High. The Lord, that's another thing, but like we said a few minutes ago about Christianity, these pastors would teach and say that when Jesus come back, Jesus trying to bring all of us together as a race of people. We all bleed red. That ain't in the damn Bible. The Lord said, according to the Bible said, these other nations are like unto spittle unto the Most High. The Lord gave these laws, statutes, and commandments to the 12 tribes of Israel. He did not give these laws to these other nations. And the reason why God is so doggone mad at us is because we refuse to break away from these other nations. You go to these churches and these pastors, they study teaching that we should love our neighbor. I mean, we should love our enemy and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? These other races are not our damn neighbors, man. These other races are coming into Black communities and making tons of money, getting rich off of. You go over there on Madison and Pulaski, every damn store over there is owned by Arab for the last 40 years. These people have got rich selling Black people fashion to Black people. Right. These Chinese, every city you go to, in any Black community, I guarantee you, is a Chinese restaurant in that community. They done got rich off of us. The 7-Elevens, the gas stations, the corner stores, the Arabs got all of those. You got Africa. Every race is in our damn communities getting rich off of us. So that's how you know that money ain't our problem. We're not a lazy people. We are not. We work hard. We built this damn place. But we don't have nothing because we refuse to turn back to the law, statutes, commandments. We refuse to serve our God. We serve every other damn God but the one that we should be listening to. Yahweh Shah Mashiach. You know what I'm saying? And then your pastor's teaching you that you should love all these other races. Why? Because they don't love you. These other races don't love us, man. Africans will let you know that they don't give a damn about us. The sisters are learning that when they going into these beauty shops. It ain't nothing now to pull up a video where these people think a Black woman stealing and then locked her in there and they kicking her and swinging at her and everything else. You know what I'm saying? These people done got rich off of us, man. They don't give a damn about Black people, man. They killing our babies. You know what I'm saying? They got that story about that little girl. That little girl that was in New York. She had a damn juice and a damn bag of chips in her hand, and that damn heathen shot that baby in her head. You know what I'm saying? Talking about she was stealing. Come on, man. How many of our children have died at the hands of these oppressors and ain't nothing been did about it? Go ahead and read.
Oh, God. Verse 6. Therefore, thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his way, and to fear him.
And we should fear the Lord, a healthy fear, by keeping his law, statutes, commandments. That's what would save us. We said it earlier. If we was to turn back to these law, statutes, commandments and get back into our brotherhood and come together as the 12 tribes and drive sin up out of our groups, man, the Lord will fight our battles for us, man. All this would turn around. The Lord will put us back on top again. We on the bottom because we have not followed these law, statutes, commandments. Why? Because your pastor done taught you that the law, statutes, commandments was done away with.
That's right.
By nailing them to the cross with the Lord. And that's a lie. That's a lie, man. Come on, man. I don't know how much we can stress that. It is a matter of life and death to follow these law, statutes, commandments, to do what the Lord said do and not what man said do. That is a matter of life and death, man. Let's go to Colossians 2:18. You know what I'm saying? We following up behind Egyptology. We got brothers walking around here with the unks on. In the Christian church, we got brothers running around here with these big old crosses on. You got damn drug dealers and everything else wearing these big old crosses, got their whole back tattooed up with crosses. You know what I'm saying? Our Hispanic brothers, they walking around with a face of Caesar Borgia on their bodies. The whole damn face with the thorns on his head and everything else of a white boy on his body, because they in their mind when they pray, they looking at our oppressors as gods. Because anytime you sit or get on your knees and you close your eyes and fold your hands and you start praying, you picturing a white man as Jesus Christ. When you get up, you gonna naturally hate your own people because you looking up to this other nation. Go ahead,
it's what we call in the school, or it's called this in general, whitewashing. You know, everything in our society was whitewashed to make you feel like Santa Claus was a white man, Christ was a white man, God is a white man. Everything that's clean and holy and righteous in American society, they paint as a white man. And what that does, and they did it in slavery, is they made it so you obey, because it's easy for 100 strong black men to overthrow a slave house. But when they all are afraid of you or they all fear you because the link you have between the white Christ and the Bible and something that they teach you is and which is our culture, but like that's why we always teach it in school. The oppressor uses the Bible. They use this Bible, even though it's our culture and everything. They used it to they whitewashed all the men in the Bible so they can enslave us mentally. They was able to enslave us physically. Now, by whitewashing all these men that's in the Bible, saying all the disciples was white. All of every movie you didn't watch, 10 Commandments, this week growing up, Moses was white. So now in your mind, you spiritually back in bondage because now you think that your oppressor is your ruler, when the Bible tells you that you are supposed to be the ruler of this nation. And you will be once you get back and gather together with your people again.
Exactly. Damn right. That's heavy, what you brought out, man. And that's right. Everything that's been whitewashed, and that's Christianity has been used to completely destroy us. You know what I'm saying? Christianity is a hell of a drug. I'm being honest with you. Christianity has got our people so twisted and messed up, man, till it's hard for them to wake up when we be out there having camp. It's nothing to see our people sitting up there trying to protect the oppressor coming before our camp, trying to say something, and I'd be damned if a black man or woman ain't trying to protect them. You know what I'm saying? Or siding with them, or coming up against his own people for a person that you don't even know, ain't never seen in your life. 2, ain't even your people. You know what I'm saying? It's like that show you how what's the word? We are Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome.
You know what I'm saying? We sick, man. Our people are sick. You know what I'm saying? Then you got a lot of brothers out here that's following up behind different doctrines and religions, or you got brothers out here that's they'll just flat out say it ain't no God. You know what I'm saying? They God. They everything that they've done and everything they have, they've done it. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's madness out here, man.
Don't forget about the ancestors. The ancestors.
Right, yeah, praying to the ancestors, right. The ancestors protecting them, all the ancestors protecting them and all this stuff, when clearly the Bible said the dead don't know nothing. Come on, man. It's time for our people to wake up, man. The Lord wants us to take our spirits up out of America, stop loving this place, and turn back to Him. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop murdering one another. We got to learn how to get back. We got to learn how to start getting along. It's nothing for a black man to kill another black man, man. That seems like it's one of the easiest things for black men to do. Get into his emotions, get into his feelings, and go get a weapon and come back and utterly just destroy another brother. You know what I'm saying? Leave a little girl fatherless. Leave a mother sonless. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man. If we ain't killing one another, then our oppressors are study constantly putting our people in jail. You know how many brothers that's really done been in jail for the last few months? They done let a few brothers out of jail that's done been in there for the last 20 or 30 years and was found innocent.
So lucky, I saw one today where the brother was in jail for 45 years. 45. And he in the wheelchair now, and he an old man. And they said, we know there's nothing we can say to bring back the time that we locked you up. Like, that's just, and they like to show that. You know, they like to show that because they kind of show they might to say, hey, look, we can lock you up. We can let you out too, but we can lock you up. Like in their mind, we like dogs to them. Like we can just like you can lock up a dog and let them out when you want to. They feel the same way. That's what the prisons is for. You know, it's just horrible. 45 years of this man being locked up, and they turn around and say 45. And he in the wheelchair. That's crazy. Oh, got false teeth in his mouth. Can't hardly even talk no more. And now they let them out and said, you know, hopefully we pay you. What the heck what is money gonna do for the 45 years that man lost? The kids that he could have had. He might have wanted to have a big old family. He might, all of the people, his, you know, family members that died while he was in jail, that he wasn't able to, you know, go properly buried with his families. You know what I'm saying? Like our oppressors they have no heart, and they have no, you know, they are true beasts. Yeah. They are true beasts.
How many funerals that man missed? He might have had a kid when he went. He done missed graduations and everything.
45 years, you done missed everything.
You know what I'm saying? And they go home. I'm sorry, pat them on his head, send them on his way, and they go home and eat, snort cocaine, and you know, do whatever they're doing and go to sleep like they ain't did nothing, man. That's crazy as hell. But you know what? That show you how wicked this society is. But they wicked as hell. But at the same time, they show you that the Lord ain't playing with us, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything happened for a reason. But the white man is the devil that the Bible speak of. Damn right. That's for damn sure. He is the devil that the Bible speak of. Go ahead.
Sly, I was just gonna say just one more small thing on that point that we were just talking about. Why don't you ever see the oppressors getting off at 30, 45 years later saying, oh yeah, we found you that he was innocent for the crime he committed 40 years ago, 30 years ago. It's always a black man. It ain't never an oppressor. I ain't seen an oppressor yet. I ain't seen it on the news, the TV. I ain't seen, Tom Rittenhouser, you know, 30 years ago killed somebody and we found them innocent now. It's always it's always the black man.
That is a heavy point.
And that just lets you know that they had it out for us from the beginning. I mean, it's a wicked place. I don't even know. I'm gonna just leave it at that. It's just wicked.
Yeah, that's a heavy point what you just brought out. I ain't come to think about it, me either. I ain't never seen no oppressor do 30 or 40 years and then get let out later on down the road. I ain't seen that. It's always a Hispanic brother or a black brother, man, which is crazy as all out. Crazy as all out, man. You know, let's go Romans chapter 6 and 23. 23. Come. Romans chapter 6 and verse 23.
It's the book of Romans. You want me to read it when I get it? It's Romans chapter 6, verse 23. For the wages of sin is death.
For the what?
The wages of sin is death.
For the wages of sin is death. Being a man putting on a female dress, that's a sin, man. Even though we used to laugh at it and thought it was fun and everything else, but to see Tyler Perry make millions and millions of dollars on the national television dressing up as a woman, you know what I'm saying, is a sin. in the eyes of the Most High. It don't matter if he is making it a comedy or whatever the case may be. According to the Bible, that is a sin, man. It's a sin for a man to you want to say that you want to go into the female's bathroom because you feel like you're a woman on the inside. You know what I'm saying? And this society is condoning that crap to the point where they want to try to push their lifestyle up on our babies, man. And that's something that we all need to consider as a race of people. Do you want to keep letting your kids go to these people's schools? Because I remember when I was growing up, man, they used to have the prayer. They used to have a lot of the things. I remember when they first started talking about taking religion out of the schools. You know what I'm saying? Then they started pushing this LGBT movement lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And making it, it used to be a time where them people would come out at a certain time of the night. They had their own little area where they would go and party or whatever the case may be. You didn't see it all over your television. Right now, you can go home and cut on your TV tonight, and you got men hugging and kissing. Literally, they leave the camera on them and let you see them kiss and embrace.
Turn it to the Disney Channel. You turn it to the Disney Channel now. Nickelodeon, the kids channel, all the kids channels. That's what they doing. And they doing like
they pushing it upon our babies, man. That's crazy. This society is the morality of America. They don't have it no more. They don't have it. Then you got to think about how they push this music in the black community all day long. All these rappers talk about is either sleeping with somebody's wife or killing another black man. They killing niggas or turning your daughter into a whore. But we have to watch what we say when we have our classes. No, I can't. It's certain words I can't use, or they'll shut the class off. They'll cut it off. You know what I'm saying? The LGBT movement is so sensitive. You can't say nothing about them or nothing at all. They just America is catering to that movement. Like for some reason, like I don't understand why they are catering to that so hard. Then I was looking at some about these different groups that Black Lives Matter. They back in the news about all the millions and millions of dollars that they collected over their little short run, and ain't did nothing for the communities. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man, how people would cleave and follow different things, and ain't none of it helping us at all, man. Like we said a few minutes ago, everybody in Chicago gearing up and getting ready to go do this mayoral vote. Go cast their ballots and vote for these politicians and things of that nature. What you should be doing is staying up out of these people's business. You know what I'm saying? What you should be doing is find the address and the phone number to these schools and follow these law statutes. Learn how to follow these law statutes, commandments. That's what'll help us. Our people that have been martyrs for the last 60-some, 70 years with Michael King. And he was having an orgy Mike. He nighttime, him and them pastors, they having all kind of orgies, getting white prostitutes and taking them into them hotels. He fighting like hell to have a right to walk down the street holding the hand of a white woman. You know what I'm saying?
So like he was named after a white man too, right?
Well,
Michael, Michael Luther, Martin Luther. I think he was named after a white, one of our oppressors.
Something like that. But anyway, it's that whole "I Have a Dream" speech turned into a complete nightmare for Black people. You know what I'm saying? That ever since he did that, man, they done shut down every Black-owned store in Chicago. Every corner store in Chicago pretty much was owned by a Black brother back in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? After that, after Martin Luther King did what he did, they closed down the stores. Black men, they started making it so hard on the brother to have a corner store till they closed down all that stuff. And the Lord wasn't with Martin Luther King because obviously he wasn't. You see how he got killed. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, them people, he was a so-called peaceful marcher, and they still shot that man upside his head. Tried to blow his damn brains out his head. That show you America don't give a damn whether you violent or non-violent. America do not got no love for black men or Black women. Our sisters got to wake up and realize that the same thing go for them too. You know what I'm saying? When you study getting snatched off the street and getting either getting your organs snatched up out your body or sex trafficking, You know what I'm saying? I cannot imagine a sister that's been snatched off the streets. Her grandmama been telling her to pray to Jesus, taking her to the Christian church her whole life. Now she done got snatched off the streets. She's somewhere locked up, being used for sex trafficking, and can't get no help at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what could be going through a woman, man like that right there. I know damn well she can't still be praying to no damn Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Your Christian church, these Christian churches done fail God's people, man, period. Right. By not letting us, not teaching us that these laws, statutes, commandments, and Romans 6:2-3 said, for the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Yahushua Mashiach, man. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Go to Mark 7:9. Mark chapter 7 and verse 9. Go ahead.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 9. And he said unto them, full well, ye reject the commandment of God, that ye may keep your own tradition.
The Bible said, full well, you have rejected the commandments of God, man, that you may keep your own traditions. You love putting up that Christmas tree. Our people love cooking those big old, them big hams and that dressing and all macaroni and cheese and all that stuff on November the 24th, celebrating the so-called the white man's holiday, man. Basically, well, what you're really doing is celebrating your own people genocide, because these people came over here and committed genocide on the North American Indians, and then the rest of them that was left, they put them on reservations. Mm-hmm. If you get the book called Trail of Tears and see how they treated them men, women, and children, these people was massacring and slaughtering them Native American Indian like they weren't nothing but bugs. You know what I'm saying? And the same way they did our people when they brought them over here on them ships down south. It wasn't nothing for a black man or a black man to be murdered at the hands of an oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Skint to death or hung by his neck. If he looked at him, if a brother looked at a oppressor, they would hang him by his damn neck, man, until the weight of his body snapped his neck. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man, how America has treated us, and we still trying to love these people. And they done showed you time and time again. They don't care about your music. They don't care about your fashion. They don't care about you, man. And it was a good thing when Donald Trump got put in office. America was really able to see where they stand in America at that time, man, that was not a bad thing. That was a good thing, man, because them people that was following up behind Trump, they really, really showed their tails, man. Especially when they went up there on the Capitol and turned on one another. And you saw them, everybody saw that on national television, how they was doing each other, man. Right. And that's that same anger. If we all was to live, if the Lord came and took all of us up out of here right now today, you see that same anger just like they're doing over there in Russia right now. You see white on white crime all over the place, man. We're gonna go ahead and get ready to shut it out on that one, man. That's my time. This is the Tuesday night biblical law class. Hopefully we'll be back next Tuesday.
We won't be here Tuesday. We got the Passover coming up next week.
So. Okay. But will you put on the Passover video? Everybody, if you all over the city, man, if you familiar, man, we're about to have our annual Passover in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Raleigh's, North Carolina. You know, you bring your families, man. You see true brotherhood and sisterhood. Commander General Hunter done did it again, man. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be an amazing event. You know what I'm saying? Like never before. You want to come out here and see true brotherhood and sisterhood, see a bunch of black people to come together and celebrate in the name of Yahushua and drinking and partying and enjoying life with each other. And I guarantee you, not one fight gonna break out. Ain't gonna be no gun shooting or none of that crap, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's my time, Israel Shalom. Hope to see you there within the next next week, right? Mm-hmm. Come on.
Shalom. It's that time again, Israel. It's the Lord's 54th annual Passover in North Carolina.
Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we came to do. Huh?
The ISUPK, under Commander General Yohana, will be hosting the Lord's 54th annual Passover in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Convention Center. This is something that you do not want to miss. Make sure that y'all bring the entire family.
Wait till I get with you. If I gotta go to ground, I'ma shut the town down. I ain't about to stop until I hear said down. All you gonna see is a lot of man down.
The Downtown Raleigh Convention Center. For blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Go to isupk.com to purchase your tickets today. $200 per every adult over the age of 17 years old.
We are not the same. No, we not related. I'm not stuck on living. Death is a vacation. My camp undefeated. You cannot debate it. You just want the clout.
The Lord's 54th annual Passover, April the 1st, is coming down to Raleigh, North Carolina. That's right. Commander General Yohana has done it again. You don't want to miss this. Pull yourself.